6, so let's get into it.
Yep.
I'm Dale Henley. You watching the Boat Bros podcast? Let's do it!
Okay, guys. Kyle is here in Utah visiting, and we just watched the game that sucked balls.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
Our lucky jerseys ran out of luck. And
they ran out of luck today.
Now I don't need to wear this jersey anymore. I'm going to say this. I'm going to blame this loss on Kyle. He did not wear his lucky jersey.
Oh no!
So,
hey,
that's it.
No, man. Hey, I did my my Let's Go Brandon Staley's cat cows. I did that, man. Hey, it's all good.
I saw it.
I killed the juju there, yo.
Hey, I mean, it's something different, but the outcome wasn't good. So we got to stay true to what was working, basically. And
exactly.
I'm going to blame this one on Kyle, basically. So
no, man, no. Hey, I mean, I admit I did call it that. I believe that the Cowboys could have shown up this game because coming off of 2 losses for them, and we were a little soft coming off of the bye. I felt it. I was like, y'all were like too hyped on the Chargers. I'm like, look, man, we know the Chargers. Come on now, Yeah.
Yeah, well, nobody wants to hear that, though. I mean, at the end of the day,
I get it.
At the end of the day, it is what it is. So, yeah, we lost. Here's the game. Bottom line, the Chargers laid an egg, looked like crap. I mean, they looked awful the entire game, in my opinion. I don't think they looked good at all. Defensive, I thought we looked horrible the entire time. I mean, look, we gave up 342 total yards to the Cowboys. I don't know, and you could argue they got good. I mean, we're under 100 yards rushing, fine. Yards per play, 5.6, not good. First downs, they had 20 first downs. Third down efficiency, 3 for 15.
But I mean, it's not much different from what the Chargers did. I mean,
yeah, but the total possessions as well too. The problem that I felt like was the penalties as well. It felt really strange to me to some degree. But man, the sacks, we had our sacks there. They're just finding ways to lose. This
is the whole thing. So James, Pat, appreciate the $2 man donation and everything. When you stop effing around on 4th down, man. Look, the thing about that whole 4th down though, sure, we could have gone for a field goal. What did our defense do? They basically made the Cowboys go 3 and out. We got the ball back. Basically, we still we ended up going for a field goal anyways, and ended up just tying it 10-10 basically at that point. So it was kind of like it didn't really matter. It kind of balanced itself out. Brandon Staley's defense finds a way sometimes just to I think it's almost seems like 100% of the time when we try to take a risk, they get Brandon Staley's back. Now, I get it. Brandon Staley's a gunslinger. He's a guy that takes risks. They even showed that he's the highest percentage of 4th down coach going for 4th down coach in the NFL. I think it's 28% of the time or something weird like that.
For sure.
And so, look, I mean, you got to take risks, and Brandon Staley's wins have all been based upon risks. And this is just a hard-fought game. I mean, on the contrary, I'm not going to say the defense was bad. I do think they were bad in trying to stop these 3rd and longs or 3rd and 7s. That's where you were getting crushed. And the one play that I'm like, dude, you have the ability to get this game at your disposal was when we went to, what was it? The 3rd and where'd it go? 3rd and 19. And then we ended up having a pass interference call, 5-yard penalty, automatic first down. That killed the game. That play killed the game immediately.
And by the way, Dak Prescott did not have a good game.
No,
he did not have a good game. So there's arguments to be made both ways, right? Do you want to go with the original so Mike McCarthy is a great example compared to Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore is all about analytics now with Brandon Staley. Mike McCarthy won, and there's arguments both ways on this, right? And you got a subpar quarterback in Dak Prescott who beats arguably a great quarterback in Justin Herbert. By the way, Justin Herbert did not look good today. So you could argue that he had a really bad game as well, too. And by the way, QJ was open many times, and I don't know why the ball was not thrown to QJ. I get a little frustrated with all that, and that's a bit on Herbert, man. I mean, say what you want to say about it, right? Like at the end of the day, guys, throw your questions out. We'll get to them as well. We're going to throw a few more slides out.
Well, and the thing is, though, Herbert was not in sync. Like his accuracy looked really off today. And once again, I know it's his opposite hand where he's got his finger issue and everything like that, but I don't know if it's like radiating up his arm or shoulder or something like that, but he just could not be in sync at all in this game. He seemed really, really off with his accuracy. He missed a couple wide open shots. I mean, Quentin Johnston, if he did have that one throw where his arm got hit, that could have been a fantastic throw and a touchdown for him too. So Justin Herbert looked really out of sync. Once again, bye week always has a bye week blues. And I felt like this was truly a bye week blues kind of
game
for us.
It was
really, really bad.
And Eckler had a shitty game. He had 14 carries, guys. 14 carries for 27 yards.
Ridiculous.
1.9 yard average. So I'm sorry, that was nothing. That was not on him.
Awful.
I mean, he was horrible, dude. Herbert.
Yeah. Dude, well, people in the chat are talking about the O-line. The O-line was not giving us any favors.
They gave us a lot of penalties, too.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of penalties.
A lot of penalties.
Not good.
Yeah. You know, and the one thing, too, when I saw, like, how this game ended, where basically Parsons woke up at the right time, and then we end up throwing a pick, it just seemed like if we look at, like, go back to the Dolphin game, same kind of thing happened there. They just released the beast. They just did a full all-out blitz. Basically, the O-line couldn't hold up. It's almost like Kellen Moore just allowed more options to throw versus like more protection to be able to throw. And that's kind of really what happened there. Like, I'm going to put a lot of blame on Kellen Moore on this one, not really getting this offense really rolling. I do feel like there was some things that were very off. I mean, if you look at the stats, we ain't much different than what the Cowboys did. They just were more efficient in what they did. Like, and I just feel like there was a lot of odd choices throughout the game.
We could have kicked that field goal at the end of the second quarter, right? We didn't go for it. We didn't kick a field goal. Pipkins looked okay. Again, 30 questions out, guys, as well. We're going to keep getting to all of them as well, too. So, look, Kellen Moore did. Look, I thought he did okay. I mean, man, but I just felt like Herbert was off this game. He missed two major passes to Keenan Allen this game, two major ones.
Yeah.
And they were big plays. Like they were like 3rd and long, right?
Right.
And so those guys, this is partially why I find the NFL so amazing, is one of those plays could have completely changed the narrative of the game
100%.
Completely, right? So say what you want to say, right? It's tough, man. I mean, Keenan Allen, clearly they're going to be pissed. Palmer. It sucks, dude. Sucks. I mean, this was garbage. And, dude, where the hell is Quentin Johnston? 0 for 0, guys.
Yeah.
Let me show you this again, guys. 0 for 0. He had nothing. And if I have to make an argument, I would get frustrated with the fact that, well, actually, let me see if I have the slide here of him here real quick, because Brandon Staley, I felt like was the bigger problem in this game. I felt like Brandon Staley, to me, dude, you saw what the Niners did to him. Press man coverage, cover 0, get in their face, jam them at the line. That's what they did against Miami to beat them last year. And again, Dallas is not Miami at all. But like, why did you just decide to just run this super soft zone the entire time and never press? Never press. And that was the decision in the game, in my opinion, right? This is after a win, by the way, right here.
Mm-hmm.
Dude. It was not QJ's fault. No, there was a lot of people. Like, I felt like the defense played soft, 100%. Yep. And so I'll say this, and I'll just say this. I think Brandon Staley thought, okay, it doesn't matter. I'm going to get a 4-man press rush on my guys, 2.5 seconds, going to put enough pressure on Dak Prescott. He'll panic, throw the ball. Nothing will happen. I'll play soft zone in the back, and they're fine. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. We did not get that much pressure with four-man rushing. And you can't bet that that's going to happen every time. And that's what he did. He made that choice, and it was weak. It didn't work out that way. And there was not enough actual pressure in his face to do anything. And when he ran the ball, he did a pretty good job. Woo! Embarrassing. Yeah.
And James Yopat, hey, man, appreciate the $2 donation again, man. He says, I feel like we're wasting Herbert's youth, man. And, you know, so I'll go back to like LaDainian Tomlinson. Like when we had him on the team, I was like, this guy has to get us to a Super Bowl. This guy has got to find a way to get us to the Super Bowl. This guy is electric. Like, I'm season ticket holder back when they were in San Diego. And, you know, the big thing about him, and Andrew and I were at the game in San Diego when he broke the record. And it was just phenomenal to watch this guy. When he had the ball in his hands, it was electric. Well, what did LaDainian Tomlinson do? I mean, we got to an AFC championship game. That's about it. And, you know, you go Phillip Rivers' career, and you just look at that. He got to an AFC championship with LT too. Didn't get far enough. And, you know, do you look at that as like an ownership thing? Do you look at that as like a coach thing? Do you look at that as a GM thing? There's a lot of things to look at on that. And, you know, Justin Herbert's a young guy, and I think he's still figuring things out. He's still extremely talented, but it's about surrounding the talent around him to make it work too. And to be honest, make a good culture for the organization too. So we'll see. We'll see, man. I mean, there
was a perfect clip of what this game was like, though, because Kellen Moore, he was right dead center on the camera, where he was just like,
the play went in wrong. Somehow something happened wrong.
Something like
that was the Eckler Wildcat, and I think he was trying to communicate with Eckler to not run the ball. Basically, he was basically looking at something like he had like a lot of people in the end zone, kind of ready to go. Like, I mean, thing about Wildcat, and especially if you're the running back, you could act like you're running, and then you could throw it because the defense is going to start sucking in at that point, and then you could just kind of throw out to the wide receiver wide open generally. So
100%,
I mean,
100%.
It's you know, it's frustrating. It's frustrating to watch, man. It's frustrating to watch.
You know, the one thing I will say, guys, it's a long season, right? It's 17 games. Guys, remember, Sheila Manning. We all know Sheila Manning. The Giants limped into the playoffs, and guess when they won a Super Bowl, right? They were 8-7 that year, and they weren't good. They were an okay team, right? At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. But my point is, Herbert needs to be better with the ball in his hands. And you know, it's funny, man. Like, I felt like he was off today. He was off.
He was very off.
He was very off. This was an off game. This is probably the most off game for Herbert that I saw. Would you agree?
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah,
we were talking about that, like,
the entire game.
Yeah, we were like, dude, that finger is definitely affecting him a lot more than we realize.
And again, you know, Marcus, I wouldn't disagree with this. I think Herbert got outplayed by Dak, which is it's really embarrassing. Playoffs,
playoffs. You want to talk about playoffs?
No, and again, like, there's a lot to be said about that, guys. Again, 30 questions out as well, too, guys. You know, QJ was open a lot, man, and I'm starting to get a little frustrated that we're not using him at all. It is so strange to me that nothing is going his direction. Actually, there was one or two. Did he have? How many targets did he have? Did he have any targets? I thought he had a couple.
He was going to have one deep route. Like, basically, they're playing him as like Jalen Guyton. Basically, they're just playing him as the out guy, and then the one pass that they do throw to him in a critical time of the game, basically Stephon Gilmore basically picks it off to end the game. So that's the only target that I could remember him being out there. You know, going back to I don't know, my opinion, I'm going to blame a lot of this on Kellen Moore, in my opinion. I don't think it was really that good. Now, once again, you could say, okay, was it Justin Herbert? Yeah, it probably could have been just Justin Herbert too. Because obviously Kellen Moore just has the call, says the call. The players have to execute at that point.
Well, remember this, though, guys. Remember, at the end of the day, usually when a call is played, a play is called, sorry, they have an option to run the ball or pass the ball every time, usually in most cases. So then Herbert gets up to the line. He makes a choice. Okay, are we running the run or are we running the pass? And he passed the ball a lot right now. Don't get me wrong. I still feel like he was a bit off a couple times, right? But, oh, man, there's a few times those running plays did not work out well either. So,
yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I was noticing is that I don't feel like they're doing a lot of, tight end blocking schemes for the run game. I feel like it was almost a little singled up more than anything, in my opinion. Now, a lot of first down, up the gut type runs. Once again, like, dude's got to stop that, man. Like, we don't get a whole heck of a lot. If you look at the stats, earlier this morning, I watched a podcast talk about like the Cowboys in general and where their weaknesses are. It said run on the outside, not the inside. The insides are strength.
Yeah, we did not do that.
And we didn't do that.
Inside the whole time.
I swear, most of our runs were just in the inside, and it was like maybe 3 yards. Probably our biggest run was probably 7 yards this entire game. Now, Justin Herbert was a lot more mobile with his legs, which I felt like he should have kept doing that. Even when that one throw on fourth down, I think it was, he should have ran the ball in my opinion. I think he could have kept running and he could have done a pump fake. He would have sucked in the defense because he was starting to run, and then there would have been a man wide open, Parham at the back. It would have been easy money at that point. Those are things that I think need to be coached a little bit better.
Yeah, I agree. And, defensively, Kenneth Murray keeps looking good, dude. Look at this, 8 for 1. Yep. Eric Hendricks looked good. Dean Marlowe actually looked really good. Dude, and our boy, DJ. That penalty, by the way, that was definitely not a good penalty on him. And he gave him a field goal.
And he had two of those. Yep. He had two bad calls to extend drives or give.
That's happened so many times. That happens so many times.
He's got to use his body. He's got to use his body.
Fined for this game?
Yeah. How much is he going to get? How much is Derwin James going to get fined for this game? I would say 20,000, probably even more than that, because he's already been fined 3 times at this point from on the same general hit. Wow.
Yeah, it's
crazy.
Well, that was actually James's $2 donation there. So, James, Joe, Pat, hey, our remaining schedule is brutal. And, it's after the Chiefs games, I wouldn't say it's like that bad, but at the same side, there is a level that we could kind of get things going once again. This game upcoming against the Chiefs is massive. We have got to find a way, which is a massive hurdle to be able to beat the Chiefs.
Yeah, I agree. No, and again, the soft zone absolutely killed us. And I don't understand why we were playing such soft zone the entire time.
Yeah,
I think the argument was that we thought it doesn't matter. We'll rush 4 and we'll get enough pressure to get him out of the pocket, and then the soft zone will work. That doesn't work all the time. And they have a decent enough offensive line to make that work. So, no, not good. Not good.
And the one time that Michael Davis played a little bit more man-on coverage, right up press coverage, what did he do? He batted the pass down immediately. Like, I hate when we have this like 7 to 10 yard cushion between the defender. It gives way too much ability for that guy to be able to get to a spot and get the ball quickly. And if I was a quarterback, I would look at that every single time and say, where's the softest spot? Where's the guy that's furthest off? I'm going to throw it to that dude every time.
Yeah, and bottom line, I actually felt like Kellen Moore played fine. I think we executed poorly is what I really think. I think on the defensive side of the ball, we looked really bad. We played a lot of soft zone. That's on Brandon Staley 100%. And again, I'm a Brandon Staley fan. So I felt like, guys, we saw what the Niners did to them. Just do what they did, or at least try to do somewhat what they did.
Right.
Maybe don't press them as much as they did at the line, but don't let them have 10 yards every free release. Every third down, they gave them so much space. And I'm like, guys, come on. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Boy, if I ever felt like the NFL was scripted, this would be the game. I mean, to me, I felt like every time I was like, why are they giving them so much space to just run forward and catch the ball? Like, it made no sense to me. I don't know.
Well,
Aether.
We play the Chiefs next week. You know how scripted their games are. I mean,
100%.
Oh yeah.
And then the refs just love them, so they're just going to give them every
Always.
single play.
always.
Mhm.
Taylor Swift's going to be in the crowd. Oh my God, I'm a Swiftie. So cool.
Travis Swift, you know.
Yeah, Travis Swift,
Yeah.
bitch. Okay, anyways.
Yeah, that's right. You know, if he marries Taylor Swift,
If he marries Travis Swift,
if
Travis
he marries Taylor Swift, he's gonna take her name because she's way more famous than he is. So.
she's pretty hot though. I ain't gonna lie to you. Hey, look, I'll tell you what.
Well, she's also the devil. That's why.
What? She's the devil.
Exactly.
Yeah, she's
The devil.
That's
Hey,
right.
look, whatever, dude. I'll take that all day. She can hop in bed with me anytime she wants.
Hey,
Whatever.
you ever dance with the devil in a pale moonlight?
I guess so.
That's right.
Whatever, dude.
Exactly.
That sounds like my Friday nights on Tinder. You know, big
Oh
deal.
shoot!
Quit asking questions. Quit asking questions. You know what? I will agree with you, Doug. Look, QJ needs more targets, man. It just frustrates me that he's not getting involved. And I don't understand that, man. Like, man, I don't have a lot of problems with the offensive play calls. I felt like the offensive play calls were okay in general, but they weren't executed well, which was on Herbert. I felt like Herbert just had a bad game. I really do. And guys, I hate to say it because I'm the biggest Herbert fan you'll ever see in your entire life. If I were ever to get a tramp stamp tattoo, guess what it would say? Justin Herbert. Or a tattoo on my ass, it would say Justin Herbert. Or it would just say Herbert. All of the above.
Just number 10 on the butt.
Number 10, maybe number 10. That's
Number
fine.
10.
Number
There
10
it
right
is.
here. 10. No, maybe not just on the ass. Maybe I don't know. But my point is, like, he did not look good, dude. He did not look good.
Yeah.
He did not look good, and I don't know. Oh man, wow.
You know it. And I'm going to say this: just going to next week and playing against the Chiefs, it would be so Chargers-esque to go from
we come back
this
and beat
game
their ass.
and we just destroy the Chiefs next week. Like, and then everybody's like, wow, okay, we're back at 3-3. We beat the Chiefs. It's like, okay, we're back in it, boys. Like, it's just, dude, I've seen this story before. I feel like the Chargers script is like pretty much the same thing every season, dude. And it's, man, we got to find, look, man, we got to go get some sage. Burn that sucker in like the locker room. Sage the player. Sage
Locker
the
room
owner.
sage, dude. Like I like that.
Dude,
I like that.
Man.
Like get a shaman in there and just start just doing something, man. Like we need something.
All right. Okay, this week I'm gonna do some rain dancing. You know,
Bro.
yeah.
Let's go to Thunder Alley with some sage. Sage
Some
on
Thunder
the
Alley,
band.
some sage.
Walk
Yeah,
up
yeah,
in
yeah,
so
yeah,
high.
yeah,
Make
yeah,
that
yeah,
joint,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Let's
Yeah,
do
yeah,
this.
yo, what's up?
Yeah.
Let's
I
go.
like that.
Hey,
Jeez,
you know
man.
what? I think we're in really big trouble because we got Aether in the chat. He is disavowing this team right now.
Whoa,
Like,
Aether, relax,
Aether.
bro.
Yeah, he's
You
like,
need
I'm
to chill
done. It's like, I'll see you guys next season up in here, man.
Suit me up, coach. Suit me up. Let's go.
Hey,
Suit me up, coach.
Hey, if we lost Aether, oh my gosh, we in trouble, boys. Yeah.
The Snake Sports Talk Show. What's up, man? Hey,
Oh,
so
what's
this loss was unacceptable and pathetic. This coaching staff is a letdown until Spanos wants to stop being cheap. This is what will be in 56 years of this and counting out. You know, I'm going to say this: Spanos are actually spending money now.
They are.
But at the same side, we're just seeing the same results. That's the issue. And I think when you start thinking a little bit about what this team has done over the years, we tend to go cheap with the coaching. Now, I love Brandon Staley. I think Brandon Staley is good, but it's starting to become a pattern at this point. We're not beating good teams. We're only beating bad teams. And we got to figure this out.
I think I hope you had a puke in your mouth a little bit by saying that the Cowboys are a good team.
They are the cowgirls
The
for a reason.
Cowgirls, remember that,
Yes.
man. But you know what? What we saw on the field for the Chargers was the Charger cheerleaders. They showed up today.
Yeah.
That's was it. They didn't leave the team. They just showed up today.
Yeah.
Well, and I'll say this: it was not a. I just felt like offensively we played bad. I felt like defensively we played way soft, and I think Brandon Staley can get a little bit ahead of himself. I think he thinks, I could rush 4, and my guys can play soft zone in the back, and they'll get pressure, and they just didn't make that happen. It just won't work.
You know, I like Mark Matlock's comment here. He's talking about
pull it up.
the AFC is going to cannibalize itself. 9-8 gets a wild card, and I 100% feel that same
I think
way.
that's going to happen.
I mean, it's just like the AFC is a lot of clusters of 2s and 3s and 3s and 3s and like all that kind of zone. They're just staying in this weird little zone. So I do really think that it's going to be a very, very, especially AFC East. You go and say like, hey, Patriots are toast. They're done. Dolphins, Jets are going to be one of those teams. It's like a little bit of like a wild card thing. The Dolphins are just interesting. Just destroying everybody. The Ravens are one of those teams. The Bengals are figuring it out. The Browns are figuring it out. The Steelers are figuring it out. Like there's a lot of divisions right now where there's just beating each other up completely. And a 9-8 team is totally possible. Even to say the AFC South right now.
Yeah.
Colts, Texans, Jaguars, and what's the other team in that division? But either which way, they're sitting in this 2 and 3, 3 and 3, and 4 and 3 kind of situation. Wait, is there even 4 and 3? Is that even possible right now? No. But
no.
There's a lot of that sitting there at that point. 4 and 1, 4 and 1, 4 and 1. And so they're kind of sitting in these weird little areas right now with records. So yeah, I believe 100% that's the same way, Mark. It's
one thing I would say too, guys, is like at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how you start, it's how you finish, right? And dude, bottom line, it doesn't really matter, right? I do feel like at the end of the day, you just need to be solid at the end of the season. And think about like the Giants with Sheila Manning. They were 9-8 when they got to the playoffs, and they actually won a Super Bowl. It doesn't really matter. Now, don't get me wrong. You also got to stay healthy. Okay, the Chargers came into this game a little banged up, man, but they played soft. We played soft defensively. We played very soft, and I don't know why we didn't play press man more. I don't know why we didn't do that. And by the way, they did everything they did do against Micah. They kept him in check all game, and yet they still did not
drive.
work.
Just the last drive is basically where it was. Once again, like I'm going back on it. That was kind of pretty much the same exact way that the Dolphins game ended for us. It was heavy blitz. Obviously, it was a blitz where Herbert had to throw the ball away, basically ended up getting a pick. It was just heavy blitz. That's pretty much what it is. And for whatever reason, I think a lot of people kind of know Kellen Moore does light coverage on the O-line, puts a lot more options in the field, but doesn't really think about trying to put max coverage by any means for Herbert to throw the dang ball.
Yeah, but here's the problem. Herbert's not looking at other wide receivers.
No.
QJ was open.
Yeah.
Darius Day was open. I remember twice, a couple times in motion, he was open.
Yep.
That's on Herbert. Yeah, and Alan, you said exactly this way. Herbert was shit. Yep. I felt like Herbert did not do a good job in this game. I really do. It was on him. Now, again, the defense I thought was also awful. So I hate to say it, but we did not play enough to win this game, and that pisses me off. But it's annoying. It was horrible.
One play.
Do we sell the trade?
One play that killed this game is that Michael Davis bad tackle to Pollard.
Yes,
60-yard catch. It was, what was it? 3rd and 11. Should have sacked Dak on that play. Dak rolled out, dumped it off to Pollard, 60 yards. Michael Davis had that probably about 3 yards short of the first down.
Did make it happen.
Couldn't tackle him, 60 yards from that.
Yeah, but the other thing is too, the rest of the team did not tackle him at all. They kind of dicked around him, and I'm like, what is going on, dude? Like, I remember Jasir Taylor was standing right there, and he's like looked over and did nothing to go actually try and help with the tackle. Nothing. Did nothing.
And I'm going to say one thing.
That was team defense.
Yeah, and one thing I'm going to say is that Niners defense tackles extremely well. Their wide receivers block extremely well for the guy with the ball. And that's a big difference. There is this tenacity that is missing within this team right now. They have to figure out how to tackle better. And I don't know. I mean, very limited scope that we watch and what they do in practice, but then they end up generally doing these bag kind of drills where they just do individual bag drills. Okay, all right, that's all we got. Do situational type tackles here. Work on your freaking tackling. Last year it was an issue with tackling too. And we're at the same point again. Like, figure out how to tackle correctly, guys. Like, figure that out. Like, I would drill that into our players' heads at the next practice.
Yeah,
And
well,
then
and
some.
again, the field goal, I guess, would have mattered a little bit. You never really know if that would have gone that direction. But again, Brandon Staley's an analytics guy. That's what he's going to do. He's going to go with the analytics. That's what he's going to, especially the first half of the game. Second half of the game is a little bit different, but yeah.
What about the Herbert pass to himself and then, run the?
Oh, that was so sick. That was so sick.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Okay,
we got it.
Daryl, absolutely not. No, that's not even going to happen. And bottom line, dude, like, there's plenty of game left, dude. There's plenty of season left at this point.
Yeah, but that's the problem too, though. Like, yeah, there's a lot of season left, but we've got now an 11-game streak all the way to the playoffs now. No rests until then. So that's tough. But we got a good, like, a $5 donation here. You pull that up here. So no one's going to talk about why Jasir was on CD Lamb all game. Wide receiver 1 versus a CB3. Yeah. Shaking my head.
Yeah,
bro.
That was a little weird.
Derwin, that's not a good matchup there. You know,
and that was a little weird. I didn't quite understand that either. I don't know.
And I wonder if it was just speed on speed is what they were trying to think about. I mean,
true.
I personally think Asante should have been a little bit more on him. But it's weird. You kind of go back to the point before we traded off J.C. Jackson and the whole idea of Brandon Staley after the third game saying, yeah, we're still trying to figure out a cornerback situation. And you're like, bro, why are you not thinking about that? Like, going into week 1, like, you should stabilize that. And the rotational situation of our cornerbacks on who is kind of bad too. Like, he's got to get better at that. He has got to get better at that.
Yeah, I don't know why, and I also don't know why we didn't do press man. That was on Brandon Staley for sure. Yep. I felt like, man, it just felt we played way too soft this entire game. We played way too soft. I don't understand why I truly believe that Brandon Staley thought at the end of the day we were going to get enough press man at the end of the game that would be fine with 4 rushers the entire game, and we could just play very soft zone in the back. And I'm like, that doesn't work in the NFL. You at least need to press one guy late up the middle or something, and that just never seems to work.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to say this comment right here. So Anthony Whalen, Mike Tomlin. And look, Mike Tomlin is a great leader. He's a phenomenal leader as a coach. He has not had a losing season. He is first place in their division right now. He is a stud. And the big part of him is that he's got extreme loyalty to his coaches. If you talk to any Steeler fan, they even had at the Penguins game, the season opener game in Pittsburgh, yelling out, fire Matt Canada, their offensive coordinator. That team is awful offensively. Now, you don't have Justin Herbert. You have a totally different guy over there, small hands. What's his name over there? I can't remember his name. He's got tiny baby hands. Either which way. But
you're talking about their quarterback.
Their quarterback. I cannot remember his name for some reason.
Oh my God!
Burrow.
No,
he's got the tight
Steelers.
Either which way, whatever his name is. Kenny Pickett.
Pickett, yes, there we go.
He's not Justin Herbert by any means, but Matt Canada is awful. I think they're like averaging 14 points a game offensively, and they're like 14 points defensively. It's just like, it's bad all around. Great defense, but they got TJ Watt, one of the best defenders in the league right now. Edge rushers, I should say.
Yeah. And by the way, I do think Derwin James is not playing great this season. I mean, I think even last season, I don't think he played great. I mean, I love DJ, but I think he's doing too many things. He's doing too many things on the field, and he's making way too many errors at this moment, right? And like, oh my God, it's not good.
He's tackling way too much with his head lowered, and he needs to start using his body a lot more. People need to understand the situational tackles, and I feel like they're just like, I need to make a play. Let's just go ahead and rush and just run full board to this guy. I mean, he is going to get fined a couple times.
Well, and not only that, like, here's what scares me. Like, here's what makes me more confused. Wait a second. Why would you want somebody to go low towards their ankles and their legs?
Yeah.
Now, I understand your head. Sure, I get that as well. But, like, I just would think if you're going after somebody's leg, you could easily just rip somebody's, like, ankle out, just thrash them a little easier. And that's just not how a lot of people are used to tackling at this point.
Yep.
Clearly, DJ has not adjusted in that situation. So,
Not at all.
Boat Babes, Hello Boat Bros, how are all of you?
We're not
Not
good.
good.
We've been better, Bolt Babes.
Yeah. We ain't good right now.
We have been better. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Bolt Babes, we have been better.
Way better right
We
now.
have been better.
Yeah.
We miss you guys. We are celebrating the girl's birthday today. We can't have a week off. Well, Bolt Babes are awesome. Thank you. We wish you would hang out with us.
Yeah.
What was that sigh, bro?
Well, just we're sad. Like we lost the game. We lost the game.
I mean, that's
Heck is
like
not consistent.
that's the life of a Chargers fan, man. Like it was funny, and one of my other friends up at work, she's a Chargers fan, and she hit me up and she's like, it's been a calm bye week for us for once. And meaning as in it's not stressful as much this time. But once you jump right back into the games again, it's the same just stressful games, man. Like it is just a ride, dude. I mean, my heart was pumping like crazy, dude. Freaking ridiculous.
I literally feel like I'm already still over 100 right now. Dude. I'm over 100. Not good, dude. I ain't doing no burpees or nothing. Eck is not consistent running back. Hey, look, he didn't have any gaps. He did not look good.
No.
It was bad, dude. Like, and I really, again, pretty sad. We had 2 weeks to prepare for this game. We came out flat, and we came out flat. They made this argument that what was it like? After every game that the Niners play, was it 0-15? But then the Cowboys, after every loss, they're like 5-0 or something like that. After every loss, or something like that. So
they do well rebounding, and that's it's not good for us. I mean, bye weeks are always tough, and I feel like even going on a Monday night game, you kind of make it just a little bit longer as a wait too. And I don't know, man, it's frustrating, so frustrating. But I mean, I know we chatted about this earlier, but I think Justin Herbert needs to start working a little bit more with more targets and stop.
Yes, he does. He does.
2 guys essentially.
Yeah. And I hate to say this, guys, but I would say I'd put this on Herbert more than anybody. Yep. And that breaks my heart to say that because, dude, he's a freaking stud. I love the guy, dude. And I just don't. He did not play great. It was a bad game. He did not play great. But I will also say the defense looked like shit too. I mean, they just sat there and just played this weird soft zone the entire time. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like expecting that to work is not going to work. It's just not going to work. I understand the concept of being so afraid to not let the deep ball happen, but you cannot just play so soft that you give them every freaking first down opportunity possible, which is what they gave them every time.
Well, Tom Brady basically lived his whole career by taking what he gets. And, if you have a guy that's 9 to 10 yards off of the defender, I'm sure Tom Brady basically says, hey, just play a quick little slant. I'll throw it right to you. You'll get 7 to 9 yards basically every single time. Like it's pretty easy. I mean, I would do it if I was a quarterback. I mean, about the size of Doug Flutie, but hey, like I'll go out there and start making some throws. No problem. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. And again, Eckler wide open, force into QJ. We still riding Vato, man. Vato, he played great last season. This season, he seems pretty soft at the moment.
Yep. No, we can't ride Vato anymore. Like
I would say this: he needs to go somewhere else. They need to move him somewhere to like the second spot. Put Asante out there, something.
Yeah.
I've been saying, you go out there and trade him to say the Broncos interdivision. Go get Patrick Surtain. Like, throw it over to him. If they're trying to get just a cheap contract to get him off the books, throw him over there. We get Patrick Surtain and we'll throw a pick at him, kind of thing. I think that would be a phenomenal pickup for the Chargers.
So, James, do you think when QJ was targeted, do you think he was off on what he was supposed to do with Justin Herbert on the pass?
I think basically Stephon Gilmore jumped in front of the whole pass. He kind of knew it. He knew what was going on. I don't think QJ was even in the right place. I think Stephon Gilmore is an older cornerback, but he basically just read that play. And I think QJ just didn't have – I mean, based upon what I saw, it looked like he got beat. He got beat by the cornerback. The cornerback bullied him pretty much in that one. So it is what it is. Bolt Babes, another $9.99.
Yep. Go ahead.
I wanted to win for my birthday at the Chargers. I wanted to get a win for my birthday from the Chargers, not the Cowgirls. We hate that we lost, but we just need to get to the playoffs and then win the Super Bowl. So let's move on to the next game. Yep, no doubt. And happy birthday once again too.
Happy birthday.
It's a tough one, and I mean it was loud for all those Cowboys fans in that stadium. I mean that's a hard one to be able to try to fill up the stadium for sure.
Do we have anyone in the chat that was actually at the game? How many people? How many Cowboys versus Chargers fans was there? Like, what do you guys think?
I mean, it was loud when the Chargers were on field on offense, dude. I could only imagine, man.
Yeah,
I could only imagine.
I think maybe at least 60-40 or something.
Yeah, I don't even know. I mean, I'd probably say it's more. I mean, Cowboys like in LA, like there's a lot of Cowboy fans there. I mean, they practice up in Oxnard. Like,
yeah, they do.
Proximity to them. So I think it was probably a huge amount of Cowboys fans there.
Yeah, and Eckler was open. And again, yes, Bolt Lightning, he's still great. But again, it just was a little bit of he just did not look great,
But Bolt Lightning just said Bolt Bros lost the game, dude.
Wow. Oh, we lost the game? Oh, shoot. How did that happen?
I was saying it was Kyle because he didn't wear the lucky jersey. It was trying to change up tradition.
No, I'm telling you, I did my cat calls. I did it. I was
You
fine.
changed up. You changed it up.
You let him off the
You
hook.
can't do that. You
Let him off the hook.
Yeah, and again, it just feels really crazy, man. I mean, dude, but I don't know that he really got a shot though, man. I felt like at the end, he wasn't not involved in the offense. Like, throw a screen to him at the beginning of the game, something a little easier, like a jet sweep,
100%.
something at the very beginning of the game, get him going. And again, why wasn't? By the way, Darius Davis was open a lot during this game as well too.
Yeah.
And right here, hello darkness, my old friend. Exactly.
Yeah.
And we got Alex over here, Alex Champlow, I think he's got to say his name. Belichick to the Chargers. I have an opinion on that because Belichick is now, I think, 25 of 30 since Tom Brady left.
Yeah.
Was it Belichick that made Brady, or did Brady make Belichick? And would he, if he comes to this team, would Belichick make Herbert a better quarterback? Possibly. Situational wise, I think Belichick is phenomenal on situation. Execution is another thing too. Would you really see a Justin Herbert converted into a Tom Brady-esque type situation? I don't know. Now, Belichick is terrible at drafting, by the way, too. There's not a lot of good draft picks that he's done. He's done a pretty bad job with that, but he's also will bring back any coach, any player that was with the Patriots anytime. Just as an example, J.C. Jackson came back to the Patriots once again, went and signed some big money, came back and got him for cheaper. So I don't know, man. I mean, you can't knock him because, I mean, the dude's been in multiple Super Bowls, one of the best coaches of all time, but was it Brady that made him, or was Belichick the Patriots? Right now, it's not looking good for him.
Oh, it was definitely Brady. I mean, he sold his soul to the devil in order to get all those Super Bowl rings. So that's how Brady does things. So yeah.
It's Tom Shady. Remember that, Tom Shady.
Tom Shady. That's for dang sure, for sure.
Bolt Babes, thank you again very much. And Herbert is the one giving the ball. It didn't look comfortable at any time today. Yeah, I think his finger was a bit more of an issue than a lot of people talked about. Yeah, I think so. Which you do have to wonder why. I mean, obviously it was a bummer that he had a fractured finger. He was very focused on it.
Look at this big game, James. That's what I'm talking about. I had a manager who'd call me that all the time, be like, "Yo, big game, James, coming through with
big game, James.
Yo.
What's up?
Maybe
big
that's
game, James,
boss, dude." But thanks for acknowledging Herbert, Moore, and Staley all got outplayed. Sadly, it's becoming a pattern for Herbert. And
yep,
true, man. I mean, Herbert is a 500 quarterback. I mean, is it the coaching or is it Herbert? I don't know. I mean, he's got all the talent in the world, man. He's got all the talent in the world. He just, yeah, I don't know, man. It's tough. It's tough to watch. It's very tough to watch right now.
Yeah, Mark also said this. What's up with Derwin?
Oh, yeah.
The RPO. Yeah, that was pretty bad. That should not have gone that way. Oh, don't even get me started on the Padres. I got my bat back here. I want to pop it real quick. I'm done with that, dude.
So the whole thing about
undefeated from here on out. I like that.
Yeah,
Rick. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go. Let's go, Rick.
Yeah. Let's go, Rick.
Yeah.
Let's go, Rick.
That's right,
Let's go, Rick, man. Let's go.
Calling it now, Rick.
Let's go. We're gonna go. What is it? We're in our 2-3, so we're gonna end up going 14-3. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
We already lost to Aether, dude. He's done, dude. He's
Aether already. I think
he's probably smoking a bong or something at this moment, dude. He's he's faded, dude.
Toast. He's toast.
Lethal injection right now.
He's doing something. Woo. I don't know, man. Something bad. Let's we don't need to get a call from him. If we somehow get the number overall draft pick, whoa.
Wow.
Yeah, that would be rough. I highly doubt that'll happen.
No way. Yeah.
I don't think Caleb Williams is nearly as good. That Notre Dame game, he looked really bad.
He looked bad, dude.
Bad. And I hated that whole broadcasting team, by the way. It was the most boring broadcasting.
They were annoying.
Holy smokes.
Like, give those guys an edible or something, dude.
Oh,
like, come on. They were just what is your deal, dude?
There was no energy in that broadcasting. You put us three in that broadcasting booth.
Bro, we would have been lit, dude. We would have freaking hell yeah.
We would have been that would have been a good time.
Oh boy. Okay. But but again, fans didn't show up. I mean, Kyle wasn't there. He had 2 tickets. Hey, he's here in Utah. Leave him alone, dude.
Yeah, leave him alone.
Babes just got on my case right now too.
Oh, the babes are on your case. Well, where the babes at? Come on.
They were at the game.
Well, apparently so.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. Defense guru said, "Come on." Look, I'll tell you, Darius Davis needs to be used a little bit more, dude. And Herbert missed his throws. Man, he missed. I'm thinking at least 4 major throws. Maybe even like 5 or 6. He missed a lot, dude. Yeah. He missed a lot, guys.
2 to Keenan Allen. 2 to Keenan Allen. I think there was 1 to Palmer.
Yeah, 2 to for sure.
And then that Quentin Johnston one that was single coverage deep out. If his arm did not get hit, I think that could have been a QJ to the house, and we had all been thinking QJ's here. Our first round pick is working out. So,
Belichick ain't coming. He ain't coming.
Nah,
he ain't coming. Dude.
Yeah, 100%. I think when he's done with the Patriots, he's done with the league. Period.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be over. He's gonna be fishing, catching his little fishes out in the sea, doing his thing,
hanging out in Nantucket like he does.
Yeah, exactly. Like a little bitch. Okay, sad Chargers getting it done yet? Okay, here we go. Oh boy,
here you go.
Okay,
we got Amy Russell right here.
Amy,
hey, Bros.
Hey,
yeah.
Amy, how we doing?
Thanks for the first donation. What's up? How you doing?
Let's go. Man, what a ride. I was saying to Amy during the game, this is every Charger game. It's just a straight up roller coaster ride. It's almost easier not being a Charger fan, to be honest.
Exactly. It's like defibrillator. You're like,
Yep.
Oh, you don't want that curse on you, Ricky Bobby. That curse on me, Ricky Bobby.
The struggle is real. Look, okay, so here's the thing, guys. I do think that we haven't. Maybe we should end it here. I know it's been. We're going to go lick our wounds at this moment. We're going through all this. Boy. Look, Brandon Staley. Everyone say fire Brandon Staley. Wow, everyone wants to remove his head from his body, guys, aren't we? Wow.
Well, I'm going to pose the question to the fans, though. Like,
okay,
if he goes and beats the Chiefs next week, what do you say at that point? Like,
yeah, right. Yep.
And that would be an absolute Charger-esque thing to do. Like, you go from pitchforks and torches outside of the Brandon Staley's house to, whoa, you beat the Chiefs. Wow, now we're 3-3. The sun looks a little brighter. The weather looks nicer. The birds are chirping a little bit better now. Everything just seems in bloom at that point. If he goes and beats the Chiefs next week, What do you think at that point? Now everybody's over here, fire Staley. We're not beating the Chiefs. Come on. Hey,
come on, man. Come on, man.
I'm just throwing it out there. Like, that's the most Charger-esque thing to reel you back in. And I'll give you a perfect example. If we're going to compare the Padres and the Chargers, what do the Padres do this season? Man, great talent. Oh, man, we're World Series all the way. What do they do for the entire season? They couldn't even sweep a series until like August, late August. And then they started sweeping the teams they should be sweeping. And they ended up missing the playoffs by 1 game at that point. That's such a Chargers thing too, where we're like, ooh, just keep them excited about the team just for this moment, and then failure at some point. Like, it's really hard to watch.
I'll tell you this. Emotional damage.
That's about it. I gotta do that show real quick.
Yeah.
Emotional damage.
Yeah.
Oh my dear God. I did. Oh my God.
Yeah.
No, but good point though. Good point. Look, I think bottom line, it's tough, right? Like, you have coaches have ideas, coaches have thoughts on how to win certain games, but look, there's a lot of blame to go around. That's a good way of saying it, right? I think defensively, if I have an argument with Brandon Staley, I think he's a great leader, a great actual leader in a locker room. I'm very frustrated with the way he's always played defense. It's very much bend, don't break. And it's tough, man. It's tough. It's tough to really have that conversation. And again, I kind of agree. It was not on Staley. Trade Herbert. Yowzers.
Wow. Yeah, shots fired on everybody.
Man, you guys are getting spicy today.
Yeah, man. It's nothing but spice.
Dang. Maybe that's like a Jets fan or something, or somebody like a quarterback with some help or something. I don't know.
Any given Sunday, guys. Any given Sunday.
Right. Perfect example this last Sunday. Jets beat the Eagles. Browns beat the Niners. Like, dude, it is such a crapshoot every single game. Every single game, dude. Like, I mean, maybe I'm just too positive or whatnot, but I think we got a chance to beat the Chiefs. It's just we got to beat the refs more than anything, in my opinion.
Oh my God, dude! We got to beat the Swiftie crowd, dude. You know the NFL likes all those new subscribers, man. They got the Swifties out there.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what's this game called football? It's so cool.
Yeah,
people are throwing the ball around.
Taylor Swift on TV.
Taylor Swift is so freaking rad. She's dating this guy who has no fame. Now he does.
Yeah, isn't it great that Travis Kelce is now on the map now because of Taylor Swift? It's like, oh my gosh.
Isn't that crazy, guys?
It's so crazy.
I think this is encompasses a lot of this, dude. Everybody's like, knives out time.
Get it together.
Herbert had one bad game, and then everybody's like, get him out of here now. This guy's a scrub. Like, get out of here, dude. This guy's an Iron Man. Like, he's out there with one less finger on his left hand, dude, trying to make something happen. Get out of here, guys.
Played the entire season last year with broken ribs and a broken shoulder, you know?
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Guys, you know what? I'm an old dude, and I'm out there playing softball, hitting straight up nukes with a bad hamstring, bro. I don't know what you're talking about, dude. Straight up nukes, hitting freaking nukes out there. Softball, son. Don't even do I'm Babe Ruth. I'm calling him every time I get up there. I go, I got this shit. I'm gonna knock it right out. Done deal.
Babe Ruth, get out of here, dude.
Hey, all day.
I do the Sammy Sosa afterwards.
This guy, dude.
What do you?
Sammy Sosa. He goes like this.
Yeah.
Who is baby Ruth?
Stuff too, though, bro.
Whatever, bro.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
What were we gonna say, James?
Who is Baby Ruth? Who is she? Remember that from Sandlot? Who is she? What? Yeah, I don't know.
Baseball. I will say this: Raison Sanders. Just so you know, Herbert was 3-1 in Monday Night Football games up to this week. So, Padres suck. Yes, they do. Oh, they made me so angry. I had this really cool Padres tattoo I was gonna do. No big deal. Not gonna happen now. Sorry. Not going to happen. Hey, check this out. Hey, you think I'm a Padre fan? I got a signed Tony Gwynn rookie card right here in front of me right here.
Let's go.
Let's go. Sign Tony Gwynn, son.
Yep.
Love that dude.
Even got a Padre bat in the background too, dude.
That's on card, boys and girls. On card auto. Straight up on card auto, dude. Don't even tell him. Hey, don't even ask the question on how I had to get that card, dude. I'll tell you what, that card time. That was intense, dude. That was intense. I thought I was going to get shocked and tased for a while. Anyways, Bolt Babes. Oh, Bolt Babes are okay. Okay, they're huge Taylor Swift. Hey, don't get me wrong, dude. I wouldn't kick her out of bed for eating crackers. I ain't gonna lie to you. No big deal. Herbal, once he's on the Rams, please don't say that. Please don't say that.
Good.
Defense did well. Offense missed big plays. I agree with that. There were a few things. It was bend don't break defense. Okay, guys, I'm about to have a straight up. I'm gonna pass out real quick, dude, because my heart rate's still up there. So should we give our last thoughts? Kyle, you want to give us your last thoughts here?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, I mean,
this guy picked the Cowboys. Just so
sorry. I did pick the Cowboys this game. You know,
you're to blame. You're to blame, dude.
It's on you.
Fine.
It's on you,
bro.
Fine.
How do we trade Spanos, by the way? How would that happen exactly? I'm kind of confused. How would Spanos, you an a-hole, you got to go.
Spanos for Jeff Bezos. Let's go.
Yep.
Bob Igar. I don't know. Somebody else. Come on.
Igar.
Yeah, Bob, Elon Musk. You know, we'll take anyone besides the Spanos family at this point.
Exactly.
So,
Okay.
I mean, I just feel like this game was just kind of lost. Like, we couldn't get the offense off the ground at all. I know, like, Kellen Moore was saying he wanted to put 100 points on the board or whatever, but we just couldn't see the play calls at all. Like, it was just a shit show from the very beginning. sorry to say. And I was just worried that, number one, that we were coming off a bye week. I mean, Brandon Staley didn't give me very much confidence by saying, "Oh yeah, we're still trying to figure out what our secondary should look like." And the fact that the Cowboys were hungry for a win off of 2 devastating losses, like they were coming with a lot more fire than we were. That's just kind of where my thoughts were for this game, and that's just kind of the way this thing rolled out. It seemed like so. Sorry that I was right, and sorry that
high voltage. That's not cool, bro.
Yeah, so
I don't know about that, dog. Come on now. That's an old man sport. Leave it alone, dude. Stop bringing that up.
Yeah, hey, dude, pickleball's an old man sport, and that's fun, dude.
Pickleball's fire, son.
Yeah,
pickleball's fire. Yeah, Spanos. Okay, look. At the end of the day, guys, look. This was not Herbert's night, and I'll say this. You could say all day, oh, this is a Cowboys game or whatever. No, Cowboys did not play well. I think they played okay. That was about it. But bottom line, at the end of the day, it was a bottom line situation where they just needed to focus on playing their game, not playing down to the level of the Cowboys, and they just did. They played bad. Herbert didn't play well. He missed a lot of open plays. Not good. And thank you, Bo Lightning. It was awesome. Awesome having you guys here. James, last thoughts before we end the podcast?
And I'm just going to say, it's like, I do feel like this team at times shows that it has potential. Times that it just looks like they're in sync. Like when Brandon Staley makes these questionable decisions, it doesn't work out. The defense finds a way to back them up. But it's just these situational things that are just killing us. Like that last drive by the Cowboys was just probably the epitome of what this team does. 3rd and 19, you should basically end that drive. What do? You basically do a pass interference, 5-yard penalty, first down, call it at that point. You give up another 3rd and 9. Basically, you finally get a stop on 3rd and 10 for a shot to the end zone. They do also get a field goal, basically to go up 3. It's just a frustrating thing to see this team not stepping up when it needs to do it. We need to get better tackling. We need to get more in sync with the offense. Kellen Moore, in my opinion, there's a little bit to blame on it, but also Justin Herbert just had a bad game. Like he needs to stop being a 1-2 kind of read, which somebody said in the comments. Just looking at 2 receivers and that's it.
Yeah, and he started doing that a little too much. And
right,
you can't. I'm curious as to how that started with him, and it makes me think a lot about last year where he started checking down to Austin Eckler the whole time. That's what he kept doing. He just kept checking down to Eckler the entire time, and then why not get Everett anyway, I can talk about this forever, man. Why not just have Everett run to the beginning, open in the zone? There's always open spots in the front of the zone, right down the middle of the field. Kelsey does it all the time with Patrick Mahomes. He just sits in this soft spot in the front of the zone all the time. It's just, God. Anyways, yeah. Alrighty, guys. Well, there's lots to discuss. We'll probably do another video tomorrow discussing this.
Yeah. Well, we got to sleep on this thing a little bit more. Yeah. Yeah. And deal with it. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was definitely a worse game for Herbert, 100%, guys. It really was. It was just not good. Terrible game for him. Yep. Alrighty, guys. Well, we're the Bolt Bros. We'll see you guys in the next one.
See you guys.
Bolt Bros.
Let's go.
Let's go.